Hello travellers, so today I want to answer one of the most common questions I get, which is how do you travel with so few clothes? And the answer is washing your clothes while you're actually travelling on the road. So there's a couple of different options. You can use a sink in the hotel room you're staying in, not always the cleanest method. You can also use a coin laundry, which can be useful if there's one nearby. But the method I like to use is a dry bag. One reason that this is so great is that a dry bag is very versatile. I use my dry bag to carry my toiletries. You could also use it to store your dirty clothes, to keep them separate from your clean clothes, for example, as well. Okay, so there are a couple of items you will need for this, and obviously a dry bag if you're going to be using the dry bag method. A soap, it's best to use a liquid one because that is easy to work with, but I have recently been using solid soap and you can just kind of rub it through your hands to get the soap onto the fabrics. It is best to use a natural soap or some kind of soft soap that is not going to be too damaging to clothes. This one's optional, but I find that some kind of towel is very useful. If you're in a hotel, there'll be towels there already, but I'll show you why that is useful in a moment. Obviously, you'll also need some dirty laundry. So the first step is to grab your dirty laundry, just pop it inside of the dry bag, and then let's go and fill this up with water. So this step really depends on how your hotel is set up, or the best way to get water. I usually find it's easier in most hotel rooms or even at home to use the shower head to get the water into the bag because it has a fairly wide opening. So generally you want to get the water level to be just above where the clothing level is. So when it's about half full, this is usually when I like to add the soap, because then when you continue filling the rest of it, it will build up the suds. You can use either hot or cold water, it's really up to you. So in this case, I'm just going to use a couple of drops of the Dr. Bronner's. Just put it directly on top of your laundry, and then as you continue filling with the tap, that will build up some suds. So you can also use a bar soap, or in a pinch you can use the liquid soap in a hotel room, but I'll just show you how to use the bar soap. So you can either have the water running over the bar soap as you run it through your hands so the soap goes into the water, or you can dip it in the water and run your hands through it, and this will build some suds. So now that I have some soap in here, I'm just going to continue filling up until it gets to the right level, and I'll show you the next step. So the water is now roughly just above the laundry, and it's time to agitate the laundry and soak it for a little bit. It is good to have a towel to put your dry bag onto because the bottom can be a little bit thin, and if there's any debris or sand on the floor, it can over time cause holes or punctures in the bag. So I usually try to do it on a soft surface like a towel. There is one more use for the towel, and I'll show you that in a moment. So now you have your soapy water in here in the clothes. You can agitate the clothes with your hands like so, building up the suds, squeezing the soap through the clothes, really give them a good work. And you can also put a bit of air out and then roll it closed. So now you have a watertight. You can shake it or spin it. However your clothing labels want you to wash your clothes, you can do that as well. And you can let it soak, and then you can actually repeat this process for like a rinse. Once you're happy with how much you've washed your clothes, the next step is basically to empty out the water. So the way I like to empty out the water is to kind of hold the opening so the clothes can't fall out, but the water can get out, like so. And as I said, you can repeat the process for a rinse. But in this case, I think these are pretty much done. Again, you can further wring them out as needed. So depending on the bathroom you're staying in, your hotel may or may not have coat hangers, which I suggest is a great way to hang your clothes. You can put them on a coat hanger and hang them somewhere in the bathroom where they can drip dry. So some people like to travel with one of these, like a little suction elastic clothesline. And this can work, but I've found that the suction caps aren't usually strong enough to support the weight of wet clothes. But if they work for you, that's one option. So another option, which I quite often use myself, is just to hang them on a towel rack. So anywhere you hang them in the hotel room or in the bathroom, they will be quite wet, and that will cause some water to drip onto the floor. So in that case, that is one of the reasons why I suggested bringing a towel or using one of the towels in the hotel room. Okay, so let's say you're in your hotel room, you have your towel, you've just finished your laundry, it's still a bit damp and it's dripping. One way to speed up the drying process is to use a towel. So just get your laundry. You can do it one piece at a time, but it does work with both. You just roll that up in the towel. You can use your extra body weight to press the water through into the towel and out of the clothes. And you can repeat this process and turning the towel around using the dry spot. But I've found that gets rid of most of the drippiness and actually speeds up the drying process a little bit. In some cases I've hung up my clothes and they've still been a little bit damp, and I use this towel method to dry them a little bit extra, and then they've been fine to pack away. Now most clothes should dry overnight unless it's something like a heavy cotton or a heavy non-tech wear fabric. And in those cases, if you have found that it's not dry enough, I would suggest putting the clothes into the dry bag and then sealing it up so it doesn't leak into your main bag, and then just carry them to the next destination until you have time to dry them again. So that's it. That's how I do my laundry while I'm traveling, and I would suggest you to try it out as well. Using a dry bag is a really versatile way to do your laundry, and it doesn't take up too much space. It can fold down really small, or you can use it to hold your toiletries, or like I said, dirty laundry as well. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching. You should let me know down in the comments what is your favorite method for doing laundry while traveling, or if there's any other questions or comments, and be sure to stay subscribed to keep up to date with future videos.